Okay, we're live now. As you join, please share the link to your WhatsApp status or your communities. So I'm posting out now to the community, please. Share the link as you join. Let's begin for this week's market analysis. Okay, I've shared I've shared the link now. I bid you the same. So this week was really peaceful. Like it was very amazing. Every drawn liquidity we targeted, we expected, just hit. And as we are going into another new week, you might see different behaviors depending on the pair you're trading. You might see regular behaviors depending on the pair you're trading. And this is what I keep telling people: you need to focus on just one pair, understand its behavior, and you just carry out that behavior every week. Every week, price will just do the same thing but with different behaviors every week. Price will be doing one thing but with different behaviors. Okay, so that's what you want to focus and study. So dollar index, for dollar index, this was where we expected price to run into. This weekly drawn liquidity was a drawn liquidity. This weekly fair value gap, sorry, was a drawn liquidity for last week, and price perfectly traded into that. You can see on the daily time frame also. You can see what price is doing. Price trade into that AVG on Thursday, and on Friday it was already rejecting. And now if you ask me what am I looking at for this week, well, I still want price to target these lows. I still want price to target these lows. That is what I'm still expecting for dollar index. And if we are targeting the lows, you know exactly what the rest of the pairs will be doing, right? I don't need to say that every Sunday. You should already know by now. So price takes out this high, reach for this low, but drop there and become equal lows. Went back for weekly FVG. These are draw liquidity. Price is magneted to areas like this, and I'm expecting price to reject coming for this low again. And you can see price already starts doing that since on Friday. So this might take 2 weeks. Like I said earlier, you can tell exactly where you want price to react to, but it's very difficult to tell exactly when price will react to these levels, right? So this is the level I'm looking for price to react to this week, coming for these lows. It's done its job to come for this liquidity, and you can see that mitigation block there. Price just perfectly traded into that, and that's for DXY. And whatever it's doing, the pairs you are trading is going to be inverse to that, except you are trading outside US dollars quote pairs, right? So for Euro USD, let's see if it met our expectation. Okay, you can see Euro USD. We expected price to Expected price to trade into this weekly fair value gap, and of course it did. It did trade into this weekly fair value gap. That's it right there, dropping into that other block. If price did not drop into that other block, you expect Monday to do that. And you know how Monday trading is like. Monday, when price opens on Monday, it seeks the previous week FVG, either Friday FVG or Friday low or Friday high. That's how you trade Monday. For Nasdaq though, I don't know for Euro USD, you can study it with that same concept and see if you find the same thing or something similar to what I just said. So we expected price to drop into this weekly fair value gap, and price just did that. I'll go to the daily time frame now. Okay, the daily time frame. So you can see that level there. Price already starts rejecting from that level. And if you ask me, do I still expect price to come downwards here? Well, it depends on what dollar is going to be doing. I'm already seeing what I'm expecting for dollar, but it's okay. It's very very okay to have multiple um draw liquidity. I do have them sometimes. This chart is something that you cannot command. That's what most people do. They predict and they strongly command the chart to do exactly what they want. That's not how I do things. I might have, just like the previous day draw liquidity, I might have up to three previous day lows or previous day FVG, two or three. I don't know which one price will react to. I just want price to react to one and give me a confirmation pattern. When you give me the confirmation, that's a simple entry module, then that's my entry. So I don't exactly know exactly where price is going to react to exactly, but I'm expecting price to reject. If dollar is going to start coming down, then Euro USD should start going up. That's what I'm expecting. And you see the thing with um this inverse analysis and correlations. When Nasdaq was pumping throughout all the week, US dollars too was pumping. It was not doing anything inverse. That's why I say you should not base your hope or all your analysis on correlations like most people do. All they just want to do is use correlations. If dollar is pumping, then they start shorting Euro USD, or they start shorting Nasdaq, or anything that's inverse to dollar. That's not how you're supposed to be trading. You only look for these inverse correlations. You only look for these inverse correlations if what you're reading on the chart is not really that clear. If it's not clear, then it's fine. It's okay to look for these inverse correlations, right? All right. So for what I'm expecting on Euro USD, I'm expecting this high to be readed. This high. It might not happen the whole of this week, but see that's equal highs there on Euro USD. That's equal highs. Price have already reached for the weekly drawn liquidity. What I'm expecting next is for price to go for that high. That's my long term bias. That's my long term bias. I'm expecting price to read for that high. If there's any reason for price to come below here, it's definitely for this volume imbalance. Definitely for that. So I'll leave that marked on my chart in case price decides to come further down. And if price does, I'll know exactly where price is likely to react to. All right. Either ways, this is my bias for this week on Euro USD. You can see the direction I'm expecting price to go. Now, if you don't know how to find your daily bias or anything or weekly bias, just use this. Use this when you go to the Monday chart. You want to find trades that's going. Want to find trades or entry that will take you straight to these levels, right? So let's go to GBPUSD and see if it did exactly what you wanted. Okay, GBPUSD, this is the weekly time frame, and you can see exactly where we wanted price to drop into. That okay, this is still Euro USD. Oh, GBPUSD, okay, weekly time frame. So GBPUSD, there was nothing much for this week. The week ended as it ended as an indecision candle. The week ended as an indecision candle. So this kind of market, there's likely nothing you'll be seeing here to trade. You go short, you might get stopped out. You go long, you might get stopped out, because first the week was bullish, then the end of the week was bearish, and it still came back to almost where it opened. Let's go to daily time frame to see GBP USD. Well, we had a live a live session where we discussed about this on Monday last week, and it was pretty clear. I expected price to drop into this to reach for this daily fair value gap before coming downwards, and we just had a little touch inside that fair value gap, just a little touch on Tuesday, I think. Yeah, that's Tuesday. Just a little touch into the fair value gap, but that was not enough. I wanted price to at least trade it into the CE of that fair value gap. That's a consequent encroachment, half of that fair value gap. The price just did this and came back to exactly where it closed, almost where it opened. That's why I don't like trading this market. I like Nasdaq because of its volatility. It gives me more trading opportunities. If you can check, if you check Nasdaq throughout this previous week, it did at least about 500 plus pips. If you are a swing trader, like I said, I promised to teach that particular lecture, which is coming at 2,000 subs. If you are a swing trader, you could just find one single trade on Monday that could take you and you get up to all those 500 pips. So if you are a student or you have jobs you're doing, you just need to find one trade per week or one single pair. You don't need to trade much, you don't need to analyze much, just one trade per week. If you manage to get that trade after the or during the manipulation phase, then take it to the rest of the distribution phase, close all your trades on Friday. If you did that on Nasdaq last week, you would have been up 500 pips, and depending on what your risk is or your lot size, that would have been much profit, right? So I was expecting GBPUSD to trade into this value gap before coming down, but GBPUSD did not really do much. So I'm still expecting GBPUSD to come for this weekly drawn liquidity. My bias remains the same. It could take 2 to 3 weeks or even a month to get to this level, but I'm expecting your GBPUSD to get to that level. I'm expecting that as a drawn liquidity. You can see we expected that on Euro USD, and of course it happened. So that's telling that this is a valid drawn liquidity. That's a valid magnet to price, and price will surely come for that. Either way, it depends on what Nasdaq, dollars is doing, because we have other drawn liquidities here above. You can see that that's the value gap. That's our drawn liquidity above. So whatever price is doing here, we still have a big fish up there for price to trade into, right? So that's that for GBPUSD. Let's go to Nasdaq, and I appreciate those of you that have been trading Nasdaq with me in the community, the Telegram community. I think about 20 to 25 guys have been trading Nasdaq for weeks now with me, and they've been trying to understand. Trust me, it doesn't start easier. It doesn't start easier, and it doesn't get easier also. But surely you'll get there. Just focus on trading one particular pair, studying that particular pair. It doesn't matter in the next 6 to 8 months. That particular pair will be like your brother or your wife. Trust me. That's what happened to me with Bitcoin and now with Nasdaq. I feel like I understand Nasdaq 60% though. If I say I understand 100%, I'll be lying, right? Because every quarter, Nasdaq just gives or brings out a different market condition. Quarter one was a different market condition entirely. Quarter two is giving out different market behavior and all of that. Quarter three might be something different. So I just need to adapt with it constantly. You get. So this was where we were expecting Nasdaq to reach for the rejection block and that high. We've marked that high on Nasdaq for over 2 months now, and price reached for that. Congratulations to us. If you had picked any trade, any long there as a swing trader, congratulations. Anyways, we still have this weekly fair value gap. Like I said, I'm an intraday trader, right? So what I do if I'm looking for my bias is I start from the weekly time frame. Most people start from the monthly, but to me, I don't have any business with the monthly time frame. I don't have any business. I'm not a swing trader. I'm not a short-term trader or a day trader. I'm intraday. I trade within sessions, not within days. Within session, that's a New York session. Very simple. You just go to New York session, expect price to do exactly what you want to do. Price reach for what you want for your level, your previous day fair value gap, or your previous day high, or your previous day low, and you pick your trades there after confirmations. Some days might be profitable, some days might be peaceful, but no confirmations, and I don't take those trades. If I don't see confirmations, I don't take those trades. That's how it is with me. Sometimes I can get 3 out of 5 trades in a week, because I only want to look for one setup a day. That's how I trade. Yeah, it's strange. Some of it might sound weird, because you open multiple positions, 4, 6, 8, even trading 12, 14, 15 pairs. I don't know how you do it, but as an intraday trader, I'm only focusing on that one particular setup a day. If it ends up as a loss, then I wait for the next day. If it ends up as a profit, then boom, my account is up. So that's just what I've been practicing to do for months now, getting to a year. I just want to wake up, then study my charts, do my analysis, wait for the New York session, and wait for my setup. Just every day. You keep doing these things, trust me, you get used to them. You get used to them. It's just about a matter of time. Right. Okay, so this is my higher time frame drawn liquidity on Nasdaq. That's exactly where I want price to reach out for. That's exactly where I want price to reach out for. But first, is there any short-term bias? We have to check the daily time frame. Any short-term bias? Yes, there is. So before price goes for that high, that's FVG, sorry, that weekly FVG. We have daily FVG here for price to come back for, or come back to. You can see this. This is very simple. It's very simple, yet not easy to spot. But with time, trust me, with time it gets easier, right? So this is exactly where I want price to react to. It might not cover all of that, but I want price to react to that fair value gap. And if it doesn't, then I don't know, do whatever you want to do, say whatever I want to say. But I want price to react to that fair value gap, enter that daily fair value gap. You can see we've already had a rejection on Friday. I'm expecting price to trade into that fair value gap and continue going higher. Like I said, if you watch that particular video, insight on liquidities, this is a clear example. What does insight on liquidities state? That particular fact, that concept. Okay, I said in that video that how do you know when price is taking out a buy side liquidity? If price is going to reverse after taking out a buy side liquidity or a sell side liquidity. Most of you, this is what you do, and I've noticed this for days now in the Telegram community. Like I said, if you're not in the Telegram community, you're really missing a lot of mentorship, free mentorship, right? So most of you, what you do is when price gets to a buy side liquidity, you automatically start shorting, you start selling. That is very wrong. When price gets to a sell side liquidity, you automatically start buying. It is indeed very wrong. I made a lecture. I cannot remember exactly which episode, but I think insight on liquidity, if you search it on this channel, you are going to find it. Just go to previous videos and search for it, you're going to find it. I stated in that video that once price breaks a high like this, a buy side liquidity with momentum, with this kind of displacement, then expect price to trade into the fair value gap and continue going further upwards. But if price breaks a buy side liquidity and starts consolidating, that indicates a rejection. Or if it takes out a buy side liquidity or a sell side liquidity with just a candle wick, that indicates a rejection. And for Nasdaq, if it takes out with a candle wick, that's telling you that price will come back for that buy side liquidity. But for the meantime, it's a rejection. These are the things you need to study. Just write them down on your notebook. I have all these things on my notebook. You need to write them down. So using that particular concept and that particular strategy, that's exactly what I'm expecting for Nasdaq. I want price to trade back into this fair value gap. We still have this other fair value gap here. So like I said, I don't know which one price will react to, but any one price reacts to, and it gives me my confirmation. That's the one I'm using, right? So we have two fair value gaps there, this first one and this second one. So whichever one price reacts to and give me my confirmation, that's the one I'm using. I don't know for sure which one price will react to. I'm expecting Monday to come for either of these fair value gaps and start and reject, right? That's what I'm expecting for Monday. Anyways, you can see, do your analysis, your bias, the way you look for it. If it works for you, then fine, no problem. You don't need to listen to me. But this is our long-term drawn liquidity. You can set your alert. I'm going to set that now. I'm going to set my alert now on this level. So when price gets to that particular weekly fair value gap, I'll post it to the community so you get the notifications, right? So this is something I want to start doing. I don't know, maybe from next month or so. From next month, I think so. So for some of you that most times don't understand how the week went or what the week is doing or the behaviors of the week, I want to start doing this thing where every Friday after market is closed, I'll do a market review for that week, right? On Nasdaq. So if you are trading Nasdaq, you're lucky. I'll do a market review for that week and show you exactly where you what, like, point the things I teach every episode on this particular channel. Everything I teach, how price goes for previous day draw liquidity, how price goes for previous day low, previous day high, the confirmation, where my entry is, and all of that. So I think I'll be doing that from next month, or when the channel gets to 2,000 subscribers. I'll be doing every week market review. On Friday, uploading on channel, and we do the live session on Sunday for the coming week, right? I'm not like tying you to this channel. Of course I'm not. If you don't want to keep continuing with the course, then if you feel you've already known too much, I don't want to keep continuing with the course, or you want to continue with what you've already known, then no problem. Anyways, this channel will always be a safe haven, right? Always be a safe haven for you. So if you feel lost, or you're quite having a analysis paralysis or anything, something like that, you can unlearn whatever you know, unlearn them and come again, start again from the beginning. Trust me, it doesn't it doesn't get easier. It will take you a lot of effort. I don't know why most people just want to get things easier and faster. It doesn't just work that way. You need to be persistent and consistent, and also discipline, and you need to exhibit that patience, right? All right, so that is going to be all our analysis for this week, and I'll see you in the Telegram channel for mentorship, for the mentorship that begins on Monday. Exactly. So if you are not on the Telegram channel, follow the link on the description of this video and join the Telegram channel. Also, share this video to other traders out there who feel that they've not found a strategy yet. Sammy's strategy is very, very simple, derived from ICT, but it's like the same thing, but we don't trade all of ICTs, just a fraction of it. Very simplified and very, very easy, right? But it doesn't get easier when you're studying it. When you're using hindsight, you might as well find it easy. But when you actually on the live trade, it's not easier. But that's why I'm here to mentor you on the Telegram community, point you to the directions where you're supposed to follow, where you're supposed to be looking at. All right. So thank you for joining. I don't know how many people joined, but thank you. If you have any question though, you can comment it. I'll clearly answer the question. Otherwise, if there is no question, I think we'll end the live here. Okay, no question. All right, we'll end the live here, and until next time, right? Be safe.